Prison taught me we all alike to a certain extent. It's just levels, I guess. In fact, interesting prison fact. Like I've said times before, I was in Oklahoma prison back in like 2016, 17. And my comments and how many people on different platforms, because I'm on like a TikTok, YouTube, I'm on a lot of things. Pause. Damn. Anywho, people in my comments be talking trash, stay out of prison, or saying little smart comments to try to imply that they're better than people from my area or people that been to prison. So that's part of the reason I talk about the topic. That be reminding me about like this one, she said she was Dutch. She was a CO in 2016, and she said part of the training is to try to like train you to not look at the inmates as like humans to a certain extent. Like think everything they say has a hidden motive. Try to deter them and put like a stigma on the inmates in order for them to not, do illegal activities for them. And I knew she was gonna fail because she stayed up all night talking to us. However, I remember I went to another dorm. It was some older Indian lady. And the cold part, she only had one tooth. If you ever been to jail or prison, when you be around people that's kicking dope and haven't had it in a minute, and a substitute is candy, chocolate bars, Snickers, Hershey's. And it was obvious she was kicking dope. She would come around asking people for their she always asked people for their honey buns, pause. And I remember I brung her up to one of my boys. He like, oh yeah, man, she said she was sick the other day. I threw her a little bag. I'm like, damn, she took it? He like, man, she did it before she left the cell. I'm like, oh, makes sense. Then I remember I was trying to crack this older white dude in order to bring stuff in, not like, because he was complaining about his bills. So me and my boy from Avalon, we'll walk around them and talk about like how much money people are making from like the simple item. Like out of state, it was the SD chips. We really tried to focus on the cigarettes because he smoked cigarettes and it was only $5 at the time. Each pack of cigarettes in that prison was $75. So it was like, bro, we give you $100, we gonna be on. And they all gonna sell like fast. And he seemed so tempted, but he ended up getting moved to a different dorm. And then the CO that replaced him was a black lady who the very first day she came in there, somebody already had her. She came from a different block. However, I kicked in one of my homies and the boy walk up. He like, hey, check it out. I need you, look out. My boy go stand in the cut by the little, blind spot. The CO and the inmate slide somewhere. 5 minutes later, they come out. I think we could guess what they probably was doing. However, not saying everybody lacks discipline, any substitute that you could think of. I am saying that people are all human. It'd just be funny to me how bad people look at ex-prisoners or hood people, when a lot of these so-called white-collar people are really just a human temptation away from being just like them. I don't know, something to think about.